This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Inglewood, Colorado. I am here at Decibel Rehearsal Studios. Since 2014, they've been providing musicians with rehearsal practice space to refine their musical talents. I'm here with the manager. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Maddie, let's start off a little bit about yourself. Basically, this was a place that you basically found. Why is it you decided to get involved with this organization?
Well, I've been working in music retail for over 10 years. I've always kind of had a natural ability to listen to other musicians and find out what it is they need and want. It just seemed like a natural place to go.
That is great. I mean, it's a great facility you have here. Let's start off, first of all, I mean, bands, they perform maybe 1 or 2 nights a week if they're lucky, yet many nights and days goes up into the practice getting ready for that night, be it an amateur or professional. I would imagine practice makes perfect. Is that exactly the type of client you're dealing with here?
Absolutely, and we really want to be able to cater to just about any client that can come through here, any band, on any sort of budget, from professional to even weekend warriors. On average, I would say most regular bands, 4 to 5 nights a week, usually, 1 hour, 2 hours each.
I mean, obviously these guys are busy. They have busy lifestyles, trying to fit in some practice time. Was it important to you to provide a place that was pretty regular around the clock?
Absolutely. Musicians need to feel like they have a place to come practice whenever they want to, have things set up and ready to go. We understand that not always people can make things work within their schedule, so that's why we opted for the hourly rate in the beginning and looking forward to, building out to lockouts and things like that in the future.
Before we discuss how easy it is for people to book online, let's talk a little bit about the facility here. This is rather unique. I mean, I've heard of storing my instrument while I'm not using it. You guys are talking about storing the instrument and the musicians right here. Tell me about the facility.
So the facility, the owner of the facility, this all spawned from a Christmas dinner discussion where his nephew was in a band, said, I'm tired of driving downtown to practice somewhere. I'm tired of fighting the traffic and having to go 30 minutes north just to find a place to practice in private. So he goes, I've got storage facilities. Why don't I just insulate one, put some soundproofing up there, and you practice in there? And then after that, we just kind of looked at it and went, is this something that could grow in a rural market that's away from, urban areas?
Kind of a musical oasis over here. Kind of cool. I kind of like the feel of it. And once again, we're not disturbing the neighbors now, not disturbing the parents. I know as a past drummer, that was a big thing. I mean, you try to do it in the day or the night, no matter what, you're disturbing somebody. We're talking about enclosed, soundproofed, and I would imagine climate-controlled rooms here.
Yep, climate-controlled, soundproofed. The only bleed through you hear is out in the halls in between the rooms. Even bass is kept at a minimum.
That is great. Obviously, sound quality is important to bands when they come in and practice. I mean, the walls are covered nicely. Is this a place you could actually maybe even do a kind of a recording if you need be?
Absolutely, and that's something we would want to look forward into, but until we actually have the, the people with the experience here able to do that. But we'd have USB-equipped mixers. People can bring in laptops and record a rough session whenever they want. But down the road, absolutely, we want to look into getting some recording specialists in here, be able to do, master mixes, things like that.
That is great. Why don't you tell me how many studio rooms you have here and what are the different sizes we're dealing with?
Sure. So both the Sunset and behind us the Midnight Studio are both 20 by 15s. After the soundproofing, they come in at about 18 by 12. And then we have an isolated drum room that's 10 feet by 10 feet, and that's for solo drummers only.
Interesting. I mean, I know for myself as a drummer in the past, it was very hard for me lugging my gear everywhere. I mean, trap sets are not easy things to lug around. Share with me a little bit of the gear that you actually provide for folks. We're talking more than just an empty room here.
Sure, and that's actually where I came in. The director of the property came in and bought all his original equipment from me. When we talked about equipment, we could have gone the solid state gear route, but I'm like, musicians want tube amps. They want 5-piece drum kits with the cymbals all ready to go, and they want good quality bass stuff, not stuff that's 30 and 40 years old.
I mean, one of the things I notice here is really this is comfortable environment. It's stylish looking in here. Very quickly, you probably forget that you're sitting inside of a storage area.
Absolutely, and that's one of our top positive reviews is you're out in the middle, as you said, an oasis. There's no busy traffic. There's no loud people right outside. You feel like you can actually come here and get work done.
Very isolated, solitaire, if you will. Because it is located in a storage facility, I mean, the security's pretty great. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. So around the lot, there's 24-hour surveillance cameras, and that's for the storage facility itself. But inside here, we have a camera. Inside the Sun's midnight room, we also have a camera, and we have cameras going down each hall, all running 24/7, video only, no audio. We want to be able to, protect the integrity.
Not only that, but it makes it convenient because no key required. You got talking about coded access here, as easy as those guys going online, getting a code. People seem to like that.
They really do, and one of the first tasks I had when I got here was making that as remote and easy for them as possible. No extra emails, no clutter, make it easy for them to go on, and when they get their confirmation for their booking, they get the code, they know how to use it for the gate and the doors, and they can come in and go when they need to.
I mean, we're talking about a space here, which is really good size, more than I expected. You're fitting in maybe, an entire band, 5 or 6 guys, up to 8 maybe. That makes the rates really affordable.
Absolutely, and we don't charge per person, even though on the site it asks per person. We've had up to 12 people in here, and we still charge the 20 per hour, 15 if you sign up for the $5 membership every month. And that's what we want it to be, an affordable thing that's available to every style of musician.
Speaking of every style of musician, so we're talking about a guy who wants to come in and do this once a month or maybe once a quarter. That's cool. But once again, for guys that want to come in and use the place, make this their home away from home, there's even memberships available. Tell me about that.
Yeah, memberships are available $5 every month, and it turns all your bookings into $5 less than what the initial booking is. We're looking into added perks for the memberships as well as we build out to more rooms.
Obviously, this place is pretty new. 2014, you guys have already expanded quite a bit. You're talking about possibly recording in the future. Can you share with us a little bit anything going on down the road?
Absolutely. We are looking out to building a whole new building and looking into 24-hour lockouts. That's the most premium offering we'll offer. It will be 24/7 access to you, your bandmates. They can come in whenever they want. We're even looking into shared lockouts where if you have a band that you're really tight with, you just split the rent.
Excellent. I mean, this is the kind of thing that really professional bands from the past only had access to. I mean, this is kind of neat for the amateur. They come in and you feel pretty cool.
Exactly. And we want to make sure we maintain both an hourly and lockout availability because the fact is the lockouts will be the most expensive offering. Professional bands will be the most interested in that. But we want to be able to have kind of a last minute option as well, something where your bass player got off work early, you can rehearse tonight, you can go to the hourly rooms and book out the time you need.
Being a musician in the past, I imagine you grew up as a musician. Do you kind of wish this place was available when you were growing up?
Absolutely. I wish it was available now. A handful of rehearsal studios I've been to, there's just some that I don't know, quality has been less than stellar, a lot of bleed through of noise, just less than good qualities. And that's one thing I focus on every day I come here is how can I make this look just, not better, just more grown up, more mature for everybody. I don't want to have to focus on a price point or a certain demographic. I want it to be available to everyone.
Available to everyone. It's a great facility, but obviously, like you said, you have really taken care of the details, not only from a professional standpoint, but from a musician's eye as well.
I try to, yeah, exactly. When you come in here, the director of the property, they enjoy music, but when it comes to dealing with musicians, having the experience in that, it's important because, everyone wants their egos catered to, but at the same time wants to be treated seriously. Even if they are I only do this on the weekends, I just jam with my buddies and grab some beers, they still deserve a place that they can work and practice their craft.
So for people out there, musicians out there that basically want to book this place, really it's as easy as going online, putting in your information in right there, looking at the calendar, figuring out what the blocks are available, and wham, you get back an email. Is that how it works?
It's just that easy, yeah. When I first researched this, there are a lot of rehearsal studios in Denver. Most of them you have to call or text and hope you get a call or text back. Musicians, it's 2017. Everyone's using their smartphones, everyone's on their tablets, and everything's moving really fast. So we needed to be able to have something that someone could go on there within an hour. That's our window. An hour before the book time, you can book it and go.
I would imagine it being away from downtown area, the busy, it's kind of cool for artists. I mean, artists like a place where they can get away and really hone their craft.
Absolutely. I've even told the air is cleaner out here. It just has that nice, quiet solitude. You don't feel like you're being bothered or pressured. You're not worried about your parking meter expiring. You're not worried about people walking up and down the alleyways, possibly going to break into your car.
That is great. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you can check out quite a few things there. First of all, take a look at the different studios that they offer right there. They've got a complete a solo drum room there as well. I mean, a great place to get away and work on that latest track that you're working about. Also, take a look at the reviews there. I mean, musicians love this place. You can leave a review right there. It's as easy as signing up online right there. Take a look at the gear they're providing. Much more gear to come. They're looking at going down in the future, but for right now, fill the place up, fill the hours up. This is a place that was built pretty much by musicians for musicians, which is great. You yourself, a musician, you've been involved with musicians for many years. Has this been kind of rewarding for you, providing a place like this?
Absolutely, and it provides a new challenge, a new way to look at what people really need and want. You know, as musicians, we're all dynamic in what we need and what we think sounds good. So it's interesting researching the gear, the type of space, and the amenities that musicians would actually want and actually care about.
Excellent. Last time, viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. You're going to see their contact information. You can book this place right there online. If you're an individual or a complete band, come on in. And this is a great place for you to hone your craft, practice, and they're going to make sure this is an environment that you enjoy while you're here. This is Metro Denver's choice for musicians. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.